So let me check, make sure my audio chilling. All right. Five, 4, 3, 2. God damn it. 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now, there's a lot of things I could say about the Multiverses game that are negative and that are positive. But what I mostly want to do today is say two things at the same time, because there's a phrase that I know that is very true, that two things can be true at the same time. And on this day, the 2nd day of June, 2 days after the shutdown of Multiverses in 25 years after the year 2000, on this Monday, I want to say two things. The first thing I want to say about Multiverses, hold on, is that it's kind of sad that Multiverses went out the way it went. Without yapping too long, this game had a lot of potential. This game had a lot of hype, and it had all of the necessary components to be a good game. But it had a couple components on top, mostly the over monetization, but there was other stuff besides that. But the over monetization, that really just drugged the game down, because you couldn't play the game without pumping a fuck ton of money into it. And I don't mean like pumping a few dollars. I mean, you would have had to pump $100 just to get half the fun out of the game. Excuse me. And there was hundreds of more dollars that they expected you to spend on top of that. So like, there was a lot of things that dragged down this game that if they would have removed a couple things, switched a couple things around, could have been an otherwise great game. So I want to be a memoriam of this game. I also want to be mean as fuck to this game, because I heard a lot of content creators say the same fucking thing over and over when the beta of Multiverses came out, and when the goddamn hold up. When the beta of Multiverses was out, there was a lot of things we said, hey, if you just fix these couple things, this game could be great, and they could have retained their player base. But nope, what did they do? They shoved in microtransaction after microtransaction. And look at where they at now. Dead. I'm talking about how they got packed. They got put in a box. They got put in somebody's boxers. They're done. They're dead. We smoking on that Multiverses corpse. And I'm not doing it happily, but I'm doing it proudly, because I want other studios to look at what Multiverses did right, and I want somebody to do the same thing. Because Nick All-Stars is fucking up. Smash, you know, whenever they drop a new entry, it's gonna be lit. But guys, I need y'all to realize something. Master Hero Sakurai is getting older and older. It's gonna take longer and longer for these newer games to come out. What happens if, God forbid, Daddy Sax, aka Master Hero Sakurai, passes away? So I really want there badly to be some competition to Smash in the platform fighter scene. One, so that like Smash just keeps improving and has a reason to stay on top if Sakurai leaves the project or anything. And two, we need that to happen for the simple fact that like this genre can't be dominated by the game that popularized and borderline created it until the rest of fucking time. And I know we're technically there's a game that came before Smash that people say really invented the platform fighter genre. It's like a pixelated game. If you see it or you know what I'm talking about, no, I'm not talking about that fucking game. That didn't start the platform fighter genre. It was Super Smash Brothers for the Nintendo 64. But that being said, now that we're done with the pack watch, let's get to press and play on these trailers. Cause like originally when these trailers and stuff came out, I didn't watch them because like you could go back in the videos where I talked about them. I didn't watch them because I was like, I want to watch these trailers, but I just don't give a fuck because I'm watching a trailer for a character. I'm gonna have to sit here and play the game for a week and be a no life on just to play. It's like that takes the fun out of watching the trailer, seeing the enjoyment for a character that I can't fucking access without paying and what's supposed to be a free to play game. Like in something like Smash where you pay and then there's DLC on top, that makes sense to my brain. Shit like this don't make sense to me.
Decided to showcase
I mean, might as well subscribe since they ain't never posted another video. But yeah, I got the trailers pulled up. Let's see how the character functions. What's her little gimmick?
Excited to have as the newest addition to the roster. She's friends with Finn and Jake, as you may know. She loves her base. She loves making.
Bro, where's the voice at?
A combo extender is also full special attack. The second hit.
Does the cat not start talking?
You will reduce your rhythm. Like making it also.
Does he not start talking?
Drop from the air. This move can be also used to
spike. I thought he would start talking in these.
Cancel this move after.
No way. All it is just.
What's going on, everyone?
A bunch of him jumping around.
And we will get into that.
No fucking way.
More sense. Let's talk about Raven's grounded sides.
I thought these were the ones where he was talking.
Strength and speed.
Yeah, I'm not bugging. He do be talking in these bits. So that's another thing. So these shits were so underfunded that when he got to the last two characters, they just showed footage of how the characters work and didn't explain anything about the way the characters works and the gimmicks. It's fucking insane. Let me see if they got any videos on the channel where they actually explain the fucking character. That's Raven fighter movesets. Yeah, we'll look at her moveset. Marceline gameplay movesets. I'm gonna just look at the movesets and see if it tells me anything about the gimmicks. Cause what the fuck? We already know Nubia's basic ass moveset. Powerpuff Girls, and I think that's it because Beetlejuice I don't give a fuck. Well, I never looked at this. If I give a fuck, I'll look at this one. And we already know how this nigga moves. And let me see the Agent Smith guy. Because I could be tripping. Didn't he talk in these bitches? Because like I remember there was even somewhere he had his little face cam in the corner and he would talk.
Down attack is a
yeah! Yo! So that means this game was bleeding cash so much they couldn't even afford to have the fucking community manager talk in the video break. I can't wait till one day Nakat writes a book or drops a story time video where he's like, man, I don't give a fuck. I don't work with that company no more. And he really starts telling how fucked up his experience was. Because like there was a lot of times where you could see that nigga was having a fucked up experience at this goddamn studio. And not so much a fucked up experience with the other employees, but with the higher ups. You could just fucking tell looking at this nigga. So to see some shit like that, where for the last 2-3 characters, this nigga didn't even do a breakdown where he talked in a fuck. Like, look at the time difference. Multiverses 101, 6 minutes and 20. I swear to God, I didn't know this before. I'll turn the camera on. 6 minutes and 20 seconds of this nigga just moving around the screen doing fucking moves. 11:02. This video for Agent Smith, 35 minutes. That, oh my god, I can't wait to hear that about that nigga's experience. I know that nigga was fucking punching the air, bro. And I'm not even gonna say it, but
what's going on, everybody?
For a game with fucking Bugs Bunny and Batman, they went from 4K likes, which is already kind of low for a game with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Bugs Bunny, Steven Universe. They went from 4K likes, which is already fucking low, to the other video I pulled up that had like 900 likes. So that tells me that a lot of people looked at these trailers and they had the same feeling as me in terms of, I don't want to watch this shit. I don't give a fuck. Because I'm not going to get to play the character, whether it be because I don't play the game or I don't feel like spending $1 billion or 1 billion hours worth of dollars playing this game. Like, man, fuck no.
It's your community manager, Cat, and today I am here to talk about the Powerpuff Girls joining the Multiverses roster. They are the newest addition to Multiverses, and it's not one.
I can't help you, bro. Should've.
Not two, but all three of them together as one character.
But
that
so
doesn't mean that they don't have properties that are unique to themselves. With the Powerpuff Girls passive ability Sister Act, the Powerpuff Girls can swap between each other using down special. Different leaders apply unique attributes to the trio. Bubbles is fast, but her hits have less knockback. Buttercup is slower, but her hits have more knockback. And Blossom is balanced between the two of them. Different leaders also change the property.
I think it would have made more sense design-wise to give Bubbles a unique property. Maybe like she does some sort of damage over time, bleed damage, fire damage, or whatever. Or like she has some other mechanic entirely. Because to just have her mechanic be that she's balanced makes it sound like there's really never a fucking reason to switch between the three. Like, I get what they were going for, but it sounds like there's truly no reason to switch. One of these three are going to be the best all around, and it's not going to be Buttercup because she's slow but powerful. And a game that's already slowed down, you don't want a slow but powerful character. Get the fuck out of here. So it's probably Bubbles because she's a combo demon, so she could just keep hitting you until you can't move anymore and just drag you from blast zone to blast zone and say, fuck your life, fuck your turn, bing bong.
Of the girl's special moves, so depending on which girl you're using, there is going to be a significant.
I get where they were going, but I don't think they got that there.
Girl. So
I don't
think
they
into
got
the Powerpuff Girls normal attacks. The first grounded normal attack we're going to talk about is the Powerpuff Girls dash attack, which actually has the ability to ring out.
Oh, by the way, all three of these characters, from what I heard, had an infinite on day one. Theirs was an infinite 0 to death, though.
Opponents off of the top. It is a great vertical sending move, and you are able to combo off of this move depending on the opponent's damage. The next move that I'd like to talk about is the Powerpuff Girls side attack. Side attack is a 3-hit combo that controls a lot of space and goes pretty far. What I mean by this is, if I use the first one, I am able to connect, right? You see how she kind of lunges forward? However, on the second one, I don't always have to try to land the first one. I can space myself in a way where I hit with the second hit of the move, which then will allow me to still finish into the third hit.
And see, like, I know I get on companies for trying to appeal to the competitive shit too much, but the type of people who will watch videos like this want to hear shit like this. They don't want to see 6 minutes of fucking silence. Then it feels like one of those PowerPoint Brawl videos from 2007. I mean, not shit came out in 08. How the fuck am I gonna say 2007? Feels like one of those Brawl videos or Melee videos, excuse me, that would come out on early YouTube like 2010, 2012, something like that, where it would be a slideshow talking about why this one move on this character is absolutely broken and fucking stupidly good.
Move, or if I just want to maximize spacing as much as possible, I can hit with the final move as well. Again, this move is very fast. They lunge forward, so it has a lot of range, and it will just strictly knock the opponent back. But you can combo into other options with this move traditionally, like other side attacks in the game as well. So you want to be able to use it in that regard too. Powerpuff Girls grounded neutral attack allows them to slide on the floor towards an opponent. This not only allows them to duck under certain things, but it is a move that is strong, and depending on which girl you are, will determine how strong.
I will say, respectfully, this nigga doesn't have as much charisma as Sakurai, but like, he did his best. He carried a little bit.
Is, of course, with Blossom, she has a good balance between both strength and speed.
This nigga definitely was a good choice for community manager because he understood the community.
Bubbles is a bit weaker, so you're going to notice that the opponent doesn't fly as high when getting hit by this move, and Buttercup sends the opponent the furthest. The Powerpuff Girls down attack is a good combo starting move that knocks the opponent towards you.
It was an amazing combo starting move.
A lot of use at the.
I don't even think that shit was taken out the game.
Or if your opponent,
you know what's one thing I can't wait to see?
This will be a good move.
I can't wait to see all the dumbass infinites that people come up with in like multiverses. Now that the game will never be changed and this shit is already a Marvel vs. Capcom infinite galore.
Again, if you want upon landing this move, or you can actually use your forward air or anything that will send them horizontally as well. The Powerpuff Girls grounded up attack is actually pretty cool. They are able to turn into a grounded tornado, vacuuming the opponent and sending them upward. The awesome thing about this move is not only does it have a lot of range, but it also has the ability to ring out on the top blast zone. And if I was Buttercup in this situation, I would have a much easier time landing that ring out, which of course adds to just how cool it is to be able to have different unique buffs depending on which girl you are controlling at that time.
You're gonna have
use this move as a great anti-air tool, or even as an approach tool, as you can actually combo into it with a jab. Getting into the Powerpuff Girls grounded special attacks. Neutral special on the ground allows the Powerpuff Girls to each use a unique ability that has the potential to either ring out an opponent or of course be comboed into. So depending on which one you do, will have pretty much a use that is unique to each girl. The next move I like to talk about is side special on the ground. Side special on the ground has the ability to send out a girl to grab an opponent and actually throw them. If I'm controlling Blossom, Buttercup will be thrown and throw the opponent down. I am able to actually combo off of this because of the ground bounce, and if I want to use this at the ledge, I can throw the opponent downward under the stage to try to set up for an edge guard. If I'm controlling Bubbles and I throw Blossom, Blossom will throw the opponent back towards the girls so that they can combo off of it. And if I am controlling Buttercup and I throw Bubbles, I'm actually able to throw the opponent upward and either ring out off of this, or I can actually just apply more damage depending on how far they go.
That gives you a little bit of variety,
which varies depending on, of course, the opponent's damage percentage. So
that's kind of a cool stance mechanic. I feel like they could have did something better than strong slow balance, but you know,
ring outs.
They were under stress and they had a gun to their head saying, just make another character. We don't give a fuck.
So this is what it looks like if I tap. This is what it looks like if I hold. Much different.
That's way further.
Down special allows you to swap between the girls, and this is very important. This is pretty much the core of the character, being able to control all three. But let's talk about a few specifics regarding this mechanic, because there's something cool you can do. So you can actually combo off of this because when you switch, there's a hitbox at the end of the switch. Now, you're not just gonna run at people and just do this, right? Even though it's great for comboing. So we gotta find utility for this. If we do jab 1-2, we can actually switch right into a girl and throw out an attack, which is really cool.
This is one part that I didn't like. One thing that I didn't like is when the motherfuckers started giving combo ideas and shit like that. I think you should have left that creativity to the community and make it like a call to action thing, to where they have their own chance to put their own input and their own spin on the content in the game, and that's how you get combo videos and whatnot. Like maybe one or two ideas, like how Sakurai would do the I don't know, like the min up throw up B, like something simple like that. But you're getting in the jab 1-2 cutoff, and then like that just makes the shit, that just hurts average player watching this. That just hurts their fucking head because they don't know what the hell you said. I know it sounds like dumb it down, but I'm not really saying dumb it down. I'm saying assume the people in your audience that care about this type shit will figure it out, because they will. And the people that won't figure it out, they're gonna watch those people. You don't have to tell the community how to play the game, bro.
If you want to,
respectfully, not like I'm trying to be fucked up.
That the next
that is one thing I felt that was kind of annoying.
You can do that as
like,
well.
Nigga, stop giving me combos. Let me get in, figure it out.
I get Ice Breath from Blossom, right? If I double tap, then I.
Why wouldn't you give the combo character Ice Breath that slightly slows the opponent by, let's say, 10% to make it easier for her to catch you and combo you?
Press special, I get the sound wave from
also Ice Blue
Bubbles. But what if, as Blossom, I want to buffer immediately into that sound wave from Bubbles? I have to pretty much input down special and immediately tap neutral special. Immediately, there's a timing for it in order for me to get that quick switch into the move. You want to learn this tech, especially if you're going to main the Powerpuff.
This motherfucking goddamn introduction video, the one-on-one giving tech for the characters. Supposed to let the community come up with that.
Girls because it is going to be crucial to getting out quick specials that can actually turn the tides of a match in your favor immediately. The next move I'd like to talk...
What the fuck does her moveset have to do with the 2v2 mechanics? Because I feel like that is one thing that started to get lost later in the game's life cycle. They just started creating characters and just said, fuck the 2v2. We want to add this character, so we're just going to add them. They just stopped adding mechanics that have something to do with the 2v2 idea and aesthetic. Because, like, for example, the fact that Bugs Bunny could spawn a rocket that, like, you could step on, that created a lot of combo opportunities depending on what characters you were, or the underground tunnel he made, where if you're his ally, you can go through the tunnel. Like, what happened to the ideas like that, where you have, excuse me, moves that would assist your team and different mechanics for your team and stuff like that? Like, now that I think about it, later on in the character creation cycle, that started to get lost. Because I understand most people who play this game are coming over from something like Smash or Rivals of Aether, or even something like Street Fighter, and like they just want to play 1v1s, but the whole appeal of the game is 2v2s, and they just said, fuck making characters with the 2v2 aspect in mind, just make the goddamn character. Feels kind of weird and pointless to me, if you ask me. And it's one of those things you don't really notice it till something forces you to notice
special. The girls launch from the ground into the sky, and this one does have a hitbox, and it is exceptionally good for edge guarding off of the stage.
They're
not only because of how active the move is, but of course how fast it is too, with the knockback that it has. So this is Bubbles.
Their jump is pretty high.
That's how high Bubbles goes.
Oh, so it's different height?
Buttercup, much shorter, as you can notice. And if I switch to Blossom, it's in betweenish. So you want to make sure that you know which girl you're using, so you know how high you're going and how much damage or knockback you will be dealing. This move has the ability to hit people vertically.
Wish I could have did this online with the bros, but
horizontally or diagonally.
Game fucking died and everybody deleted it.
Very used to how this move functions off stage, because it's going to be a very important tool not only for your recovery but for your ability.
So basically, if you're not using bubbles
for the Powerpuff Girls aerial specials, they are pretty much the same thing as they are on the ground, so you just want to be able to use these in the same way. However, I'm going to talk about one of them that is much different. So in the air, right, if I use side special, as you can see, the girls shoots at a girl just like on the ground, but you actually,
like, why does this help my teammate if
this
I'm playing
one actually
team,
cannot be charged, but it is a good horizontal recovery option that also has the ability to knock the opponent back. Now the thing is that, did you see that trajectory? If I am controlling Blossom, just like on the ground, I would throw Buttercup. The opponent goes at a downward diagonal angle. Now I know that you guys are understanding what that means for offstage edge guarding. If an opponent gets hit by this and knocks them at a weird angle, that allows you to go off and try to continue to pressure them off stage. If I am Buttercup and I shoot Blossom, the opponent is going to go forward, not towards you, because we don't want to bring them back, right? This is meant to be aggressive offstage edge guarding. Now, Buttercup and I throw Bubbles, the opponent will go upward on connection. So this is a good move not only for offense, but of course to recover back to the stage if using your up special just isn't enough. Aerial down special functions the same. You're going to switch girls, but they're able to combo off of this in the air as well upon connection, and of course use it to ladder opponents to the top blast zone. So it's a combo tool, it's a utility tool for switching between girls, and it exerts a ton of pressure because look at how big this move actually is. And lastly, we are going to talk about the Powerpuff Girls aerials, and this is where things get a little bit different than on the ground. So as y'all saw with the Rainbow Dash perk, we're able to do a dash attack in the air. I do not have it currently equipped, so I'm not able to do that. So my forward aerial is coming out. Forward aerial allows the girls to pretty much form a horizontal ladder that knocks away the opponent. This move has a lot of range, it's fast, and it is used not only to approach, but it is also used, of course, to keep opponents away.
I really want to know what the hurt box
hit the girls
is.
because
character
they
look
are
like?
still
Like
have a
while
hitbox
they're
throughout the
doing
entire character
moves,
during this
can you
move.
hit them and does
There's
it
a
count
hitbox
as
and a
like
hitbox. If you do just
their
throw this out
body,
over and
or
over, there is a chance that you will be
are you only able to
punished, so
hit the
make sure you are
main
throwing it out
one,
with purpose.
or is it like just a
Next move
big
I'd like to
ass
talk about
sphere?
Powerpuff Girls neutral aerial. So neutral air is a large move. As you can see, it's a bit different than the dash attack on the ground where it's smaller, but they're doing a cartwheel. The girls are holding hand in hand, going in a circular motion that you are able to actually hit the opponent with and combo off of as well. You can get really creative because this not only is an approach tool, as I just shown you, it is a combo tool as well. So use this move not only to approach, but of course you can use it out of other attacks as well if deemed necessary. The next move I'd like to talk about is the Powerpuff Girls downward aerial attack. Downward air is a thrust downward between all three girls to knock the opponent down to the bottom blast zone.
I think at this point I kind of fucking get it. You're just yapping. This one is more so in relation to the Multiverses Beta Plus, which for those of you who aren't aware, there is a team of modders. It's Multiverses Beta Plus, and there's another one that I'm forgetting the name of. I think it's like Multiverses and Beyond, Infinity and Beyond, some shit like that, where they're modding the game to try and, you know, take it back in the hands of the fans who actually gave a fuck about the game but didn't want to play Microtransaction Simulator because fuck out of here. And this is a gameplay trailer for a modded character. Because Pickle Rick was supposed to appear in the game, but he never did, so they modded around and made their own.
Morty, I'm a pickle! Isn't that impressive? Oh.
Yes, it's still sped up a little bit.
I'm back, baby! I turned myself into a pickle! Shut up!
I think they nailed it. Said it pretty well, too.
I'm Pickle Rick! Well, look at that. Alright, here's the plan. What about this? That was cool.
I like the looks kind of soft and record.
Yeesh. I'm out of here. How awesome is that? It ends now.
Ooh, this key side special, I kind of like that.
Yes, this guy gets it. Okay, that's cool. Oh, how do you like that? Morty, we're not getting out of this one. Ah, well, look at that. Well, that's cool. It was a blowout. Dial it back a little bit here. All right, knock it off.
I wonder if they're adding a stage.
Oh, come on. Didn't you learn last time that you can't beat me? Drop kick.
I do wonder why is he so fucking tall. I expect them to make him a bit bigger. Oh, in my line. I expect them to make him a bit bigger to fit in line with the game's aesthetic and whatnot, but like they made him drastically taller in my opinion. Anyway, either way, it does look pretty good, and when this mod is done, I am downloading it. Alright, let's look at her fighter move. Raven, okay, that's her dash attack. This we can put on a regular speed. A playback speed, no. Okay, that's her normal ground neutral. That's her F smash. Okay, that's her jab. Charge and throw projectiles that can be redirected by some of Raven's other attack. Oh, so it's a beach ball attack. Has a magical back off, normal ground down. Okay, that's just her down special, nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Two magical orbs orbit around her, okay. So just a sword spin aerial. Magic tendril, blah 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 blah. A side air. A charged magical whip. Okay. So poking the butt out, baby. Soft spike, I guess. That don't look like a spike. That looks like a meteor. All right. Launch Leonore as a heavy projectile, releasing special button, detonates it. Oh, so it's basically like a ticket time bomb type thing. Another press triggers a knockback to enemies between Raven and Lenore. Okay, thank you, move. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Placing him triggers a cooldown during which Raven fires a single-use projectile. Allies can pick that nigga up and transfer their magic. See, that's what I mean when I say what happens in the 2v2 relationship. A short magical burst around Raven. If Lenore is in the area, the burst instead spawns around Lenore. Oh, so like, oh, she's basically a puppet character. Would have been cool to see how a puppet character functions as like a support fighter, assassin, mage type character in this game, but you know. Put him in a coffin. Gravity well. Raven spawns in an orb that grabs nearby enemies, throwing them forward or backward. If Lenore is in the area, the orb sprays spawns above Lenore. Oh, so telekinesis basically. On a projectile shield around Raven that heals allies, maintaining the shield damage. I tried to read it fast, but I couldn't. Maintaining shield damages Raven. If Lenore is in the area, it spawns around her instead. Put boom in the meter on it. It's a generic up plus. Oh, he flies up with me. But this character through and through. So through and through, this character is a puppet character, and whenever you don't have your puppet out, it's all on you. But when you have your puppet out, you could basically double attack somebody in a unique way. Because I want to say in a Rosalina and Luma way, but it's a little bit too unique for that. When Raven or her ally take enough damage, her magic consumes her, changing her appearance and boosting her speed, damage, and knockback. But when is enough? Is it 100%? Is it 150? That's one thing I like about Sakurai. He gave you the details you need, and that's it. This shit, they just giving us details. Not necessarily ones that we need, or not necessarily in the way we need to understand it. Because how much is boosting speed, damage, and knockback? Because boosting could be anything from 1% to 100%, which would be ridiculous on both ends of the spectrum. Okay, she seems like she has a cool idea, but I'm not gonna care about it. Alright, Marceline I know definitely has a mechanic. I don't know what it is. Dash attack. Stab the op. Put it in the op ribs. That shit looks fucking terrible. Does it put you in extended hit stun? Okay, you can charge the second hit. Just a regular scenario from Devil May Cry. Swing axe horizontally, charge for extra damage. Normal. Use a little normal double poke, put it in the butt, put the pencil in the put it in the butt, put the pencil in the booty. When your axe and switch to base notes, attacks become base notes. My dumb ass said less. Attacks become base notes in directional finishes. What? Passive. Hit foes with bass notes to build a rhythm bonus stack, enhancing finishers. Finishers drop a cassette projectile. Does it do anything besides being projectile? Create directional magic sound waves after 3 strums. Finisher is triggered. Slide forward. Oh, I'm seeing the vision. Is that Magneto's helmet in the back, bitch? Alright, strum 3 times for a multi-hit that applies ignite damage, rhythm bonus, straightens effect. Ooh. So, dude, when they say rhythm bonus, are they saying like if you play to the rhythm of whatever song is in the background? Because if that's the case, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna literally never get that bonus. Because whenever I play multiverses, I literally never, ever have on the music. That goes for any fighting game. There's no fighting game I play, no matter how good the music is, with it on. Even when I play Marvel vs. Capcom, I play the PS2 version just so I don't have to hear the music. I don't give a damn if the balance is different. I want to hear poof the buff the ping. Yeah, that's pretty much self-explanatory. I transform into a bat. Oh, you got a little tornado? That's cool. How far can it go? A whole stage? Okay, up air, she turns into a big bat. See, like, that's another thing that makes me sad about multiverses. You could tell that the developers really put passion into these characters. Because think about how easy it would have been for the Multiverses developers to just say, Marceline, she smacks niggas with her guitar, and we put one of her songs in the game. Daddy, you stole my fries, and why got them? Just put a remix of that and just loop it over and over and over. No, they really sat there, looked at the material, and really integrated moves and mechanics in their movesets that made sense to not only the way that these characters act, but to how these characters are portrayed, and put deep cut references in there. You could really tell that the team gave a fuck about this game. The heads, the suits, the CEOs, the boards, the literal dickheads over them, the corporate overlords, they didn't give a flying fuck about this game. They wanted this game to print money, and that's why to this day it's big fuck Multiverses. That game was too worried about profit and not worried about people playing the game. Newsflash, CEOs, if nobody plays the game, you can't profit. That's why even at WB, reports came out right before this game was about to shut down that the CEO and suit heads was crying, no, we can save it, we can save it, we can save it. And the studio heads was like, no, we can't. Shut it the fuck down. Close the doors, nigga. We losing money on this shit, and if we try and keep the doors open to salvage it, we're gonna lose more money. Sunken cost fallacy. Just take the shit out back and say, I'm sorry, old Yeller. Say, think about the bunnies, the bunny farm. The bunny farm was such a good idea. What's that clicking noise? That's the clicking of the bunnies as they run across a BAM! It sucks, but sometimes you gotta take your ideas out back and put them in a grave. Oh shit. But Multiverses was definitely one of those ideas. And it's sad to see, but I'd rather them do this and let the people of the community of the game mod it and do all this other shit to make the game what they want to make it with mods and stuff like that, than the bullshit that they was gonna pull. Like, nah, fuck that. Let the modders have it, bruh. Oh, what the fuck? Wait, so her neutral air is a projectile? Like, that's a cool mechanic. Too bad I can only use it against bots. Cause you know when my friends come over, they ain't trying to play this shit. Special air up, what? Let's see what Lolo Bunny is. Cause like I played like 2 seconds of her earlier and saw the basketball and said, oh shit, I know she has an infinite. Okay, just regular little deep kick. Okay, charging deep kick. Break dance. Oh my god, another Harley Quinn fucking move. Dash attack type. Ooh, can you get an up air string off of that? Aerial. What's her Farial? Man, that fucking shitty ass Kirby ass move. Oh, so she. Oh no, that's a single kick. That's basically an upward sex kick. A drill kick. Some slight. But I gave her a lot of Kirby type moves. Perform a split kick if Lola or an ally hits an enemy within range. Lola will dash and attack them. Can we see an example? Oh. See, this is what I mean when I say, where's the 2v2 shit? These are the type of mechanics I'm looking for. Where if my opponent, where my teammate does something, I can extend their combo. Goes basketball forward, applies cooldown. Oh, they said no more of that LeBron James shit. They said you get one ball, you throw that shit once, it goes on fucking cooldown. It's all useless move. Sweeper basketball around. Okay, so. Oh, what the fuck? Armor break. Oh, armor break. I thought it had armor. Okay, so just a little generic. Just a little generic traveling kick. Ooh. Oh, okay, so it's a slightly different move. Basketball is already out. Also, in the air reflects, so it can help you get back to stage after edge guarding. Basketball is redirected on hit. After third hit, it will disappear. What? Oh, they did that. No, they said none of that LeBron shit. You hit the basketball back and forth 2-3 times, that bitch explodes. That's it. Don't get hit, nigga. You ever played hot potato?
What's going on,
Okay,
everybody?
that's actually a pretty fucking cool idea. What the fuck? They had such cool ideas for this game. Such cool ideas. It's sad to see this shit get. Alright, enough of that. I'm not trying to catch a fucking copyright.
Community man.
So I just, like, this one I pulled up randomly, and I'm gonna put this bitch on 1.5, and if it gets too yappy, I'm gonna cut it the fuck off, because the video is already 40 fucking minutes. And I didn't even mean for it to go this long. I meant for the shit to be like 20, 30 minutes, but whatever. Fuck it, we ball, we celebrating a dead game, we pouring one out and crying in the car.
Present combat changes coming to multiverses with the mid-season patch. This is really exciting, and we had a very heavy focus on improving offense in the game, so let's talk about it. First things first are dodge.
This game did become,
as you know, when you dodge towards an enemy and you attack, it almost costs 3 bars a meter, meaning if you did this twice, you would almost go in fatigue. This would make your character feel a lot more sluggish and a lot worse of a character overall. Now, when you do dodge attacks, it'll only take 2 units of dodge meter instead of 3. However, when you do dodge jump or a boost jump, you will still lose 3 meter bars. The dodge jump cancel window while dodge meter is empty actually feels a lot worse now. So before, when you did a dodge jump while you were in burnout or fatigued, you would still be able to pretty much jump immediately. Now, when you do that dodge, it will be delayed, so you will not be able to jump immediately, making it a lot easier to catch opponents while they are fatigued. We wanted to introduce
making it harder to run away like a bitch.
So we thought to implement dodge lands. The way to do a dodge land is to do a air dodge when you're at a certain distance to the ground, aka close to it, and you will be able to slide forward or backward with momentum, and this can also be done on platforms.
I thought they added soft added wave dash
or into your opponent, but you're
not. That's kind of a cool change. That's a cool change.
Slide on the ground towards them, and you will be able to input a move during this time as well. Not only
but you're airborne, so it's not exactly the same as wave dash.
If you decide to do a dodge land off of a platform, you are actually able to either retain.
Like I said, I can't wait till 5 years down the line we see all the crazy kooky what the fuck infinites.
Your positioning on the platform and stay on it, or you can slide off of the platform, which will allow you to be actionable and use a move as well. In multiverses, when you are trying to recover back to the stage, you typically have to climb the wall to get back on. We wanted to make wall clinging and wall fatigue more punishable because players were able to kind of hang on to the wall for an extended period of time and just throw out moves relentlessly until they were let back on by the opponent. Now, when you cling onto the wall, you will actually have wall fatigue after spending 5 seconds on the wall, all the way down from 8.5 seconds. Fighters will also begin to slide faster on a wall after 2 consecutive wall clings down from 4, and
so make because there's no ledge, they kind of got to do this. I don't like it, but it makes sense. This is more of like a high level focus change,
fighters
though.
will no longer refresh their air dodges or air specials if they wall cling at maximum wall fatigue. So you will still be able to jump to try to make it back onto the stage, but you will not have certain options in your kit anymore. And lastly, fighters losing dodge meter from maximum wall fatigue can no longer gain any dodge meter until the fighter lands onto the stage again. This is going to be a big one. So priority hitboxes are in the game, and what are these exactly? We felt that jabs were a bit too strong, not only in neutral, but just as a punishment tool as well. Starting now,
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, they kind of were. Like, playing this game casually was kind of fucking funny because, like, a lot of the gameplay at most levels just resulted in mash jab, because jab, since it has so many hits, even if it doesn't have higher priority, like, unless you're jabbing a projectile, pretty much you win the exchange because you're hitting them so many more times than they're hitting you. You pretty much are guaranteed. It was just like neutral became somewhat a contest, unless you're a projectile character, of who can bait the other into missing a hit of their jab so they can get hit by my jab first. This makes sense.
Side attack combo hits beside the last part, which is the finisher attack, will now be considered low priority attacks, losing to other moves. Before, jabs were able to beat certain grounded and aerial options.
Yeah,
now, jabs have
because there were so many
more often to these options. So you should be
because like he said, if you clashed on somebody's, let's say, forward special or forward strong, I'm gonna use the smash terms. Why the fuck am I even doing this? If somebody forward smashed and you jabbed, the first hit of the jab or whatever hit of the jab would clash with their forward smash no matter what, and then you press jab again and your jab just continues. You get to do whatever the fuck options you can out of your jab depending on your character. So it's a lot of subtle things like that I don't think like the average player is gonna understand, but somebody like me who's not necessarily a high level nerd, I gotta get the fucking one above all, whatever the highest level for fucking the Elite Smash equivalent of multiversus ranked was. I gotta get to that. And like at the same time, I'm not somebody who just licks the controller and prays for something good to happen. Like higher level gameplay of this game was pretty much just jab. Who can out jab the other person in neutral? And that shit kind of sucked.
These interactions. This is to stop jabs from over-centralizing.
Kind of made it's one of the things that made this game feel more mashy than
Our
it
terrain
should.
bounces no longer are affected by attack decay, and the knockback have been reduced, but we have also introduced a new mechanic into the game, which is called automatic ground teching. When a fighter is the victim of a combo that bounces him off the ground,
Teching is supposed to be a reward for good players having good reaction time. Why the fuck would you make it automatic? That just takes the skill out of the game. You just get the escape shit for free. What the fuck? Why would you add that?
a new mechanic into the game, which is called automatic ground teching. When a fighter is the victim
At that point, just say you remove punishing people for getting knocked down. I get that this is in an effort to remove infinites, but let me tell you something. Once you have a game that's plagued by infinites, it will always be plagued by infinites. This shit is not going to help, and in fact, it's just going to change what the infinite is.
That bounces them off the ground. If they are bounced off the ground again, they will instead perform an automatic tech. This tech allows them to break out of ground bouncing combos by stopping the fighter on the ground and returning them to an idle pose with invincibility frames. If the fighter holds left or right during the tech, they will move a short distance in either of those directions, but if they press nothing at all, they will actually tech in place in the same spot. This is another option
That sounds like
people from being comboed over and over and over without any way of getting out or just taking complete agency away from them, but this will also allow
why not just make it you gotta tap the fucking button and tech and you can tech out how much you want.
Try to continue to press their offensive positioning
or even if you wanted to go the ultimate route and add unteckables so that we don't have the ton type situations, sure, I guess. I don't really give a fuck, but just making it so shit automatically gets teched, like that takes the skill out of beating the tech.
Winning the interaction.
That's why this game feels mashy.
Important. Automatic ground teching will
only
initiate on the second ground bounce during combo.
Yeah, because a lot of random shit like this will just activate and give you a fucking bailout where skills should be required to get out of a situation. Like if I stomp you into the fucking ground 6 times in a row and you don't tech 6 times in a row, whose fault is that for not teching? Nigga, yours. But now I bounce you into the ground and I'm not rewarded with a combo. If I bounce you into the ground, I'm punished with you getting iframes. So, because I trapped you in my combo, you get iframes? You're literally rewarding people for getting their ass handed to them. This is damn near a comeback mechanic level change. Like, what do you mean if I hit them into the ground twice, they get iframes? Automatically, by the way. Like, you see how crazy that sounds? You get rewarded for being comboed with iframes. I guess, nigga.
Players can still have and enjoy ground bounce combos. We are also able to introduce more attacks that will ground bounce in future patches as well. So this helps out players who need to escape combos, and this also helps players who want to try to chase to extend combos as well. We hope that you enjoy this mechanic. We hope this mechanic is helpful, and we hope that all of these changes for
we can't tell if niggas enjoyed the mechanic or not because I require playing the game.
Not only effective but also enjoyable. Thank you so much for watching. This again is your community manager, Cat. Take it easy. Have a great day.
Pull out the sad music, man. It's sad to see, like, because, like, if you really read up on this game and read news about it, like, the most, how do I put this? The saddest thing about this is finding out how passionate the team was about this game. Like, apparently, the team was extremely passionate about this game, and the suits came in. Like I always say, these motherfuckers go to school to build games, to build passion products, because they love creating art. Never forget, game creators are artists. These motherfuckers go to art school for 4 and 5 years. They get one of like the 3 useful art degrees. They get in the field and they get told, I mean, that's cool, but can you add microtransactions? What the fuck? Why would we add microtransactions to this type of game? That really doesn't make sense. Oh, you said you said you don't want to keep your doors open. You want to close your doors. No. We could just make a good game, charge a fair price for it, and advertise it, and then we profit. That's all we need to do. After or before you add the microtransaction. And it's sad to see that that's how this went, because you could tell, like I keep saying, there was a lot of love put into these fucking characters. Just for somebody to slap their dick on your shoulder and say, yeah, but it's my wallet. You don't get your fucking beanie off my goddamn shoulder? I get it, you're the one funding this game, but jeez, I'll do the damn thing. Then shit like what happened with Expedition 33, where all the motherfuckers get fired from the studio for dumbass reasons, and they leave and they go make a Game of the Year contender. Then Ubisoft sitting over there, or the Ubisoft equivalent sitting over there sad as fuck, like, damn, that could have been our win. Let artists art. The thing I want y'all to see with this, while I'm showing this, is I want future developers to see this and see that at the end of the day, art is what you're making. When you're making a video game to monetize it, you are monetizing art. The hardest thing to make money off of is art. Not somebody making a piece of art for profit. No. Somebody trying to profit off of art. Because like there's always the difference between rappers that just say, okay, what will get me a #1 hood? Hey, I like bitches, I got guns, I'm a thug. But when it comes to you, girl, I love you. Like there's a difference between somebody who makes a song like that and gets an automatic free hit because that's what people want to hear. I'm an R&B thug. Yeah, I shoot these niggas. I shoot at these niggas. I shoot at these bitches. But at the end of the night, girl, I'm gonna come home. Like everybody want to hear that type shit when it comes to the mainstream, so to speak. But what happened after 2-3 years passed? Another nigga come down the line, say the same shit, and people listen to that new nigga over the old nigga. They go, oh, you old. Why we want to hear about a 30-year-old nigga rap about, I got guns, I got bitches, I got guns, I got bitches. But you my only bae. Like nobody want to hear that shit after a few years. But artists like a Tyler the Creator can sing songs he made at 15, at 23, songs at 23, at 43. You get an artist like Ice Cube that can sing songs he made at 18 in his 50s. You get artists like a fucking, I was about to say XXXTentacion, but if he was alive right now, he would still be able to sing some of those same songs. Not every artist is like that. And my overall point with saying this is, remember, at the end of the day, you're trying to make money off of art. That is the hardest thing to try and make money off of. Because to make art that somebody wants to pay for consistently is hard. It's hard. Because like, for example, to consistently make a sandwich that people want to buy, like the same sandwich. If a nigga say, I want you to put bread on the table, put yellow cheese on the bread, put turkey on top of that cheese, put lettuce on top of that because I'm a piece of shit human, then put tomatoes on top of that because I'm a deplorable motherfucker, then put some mayo, some light salt, pepper, vinegar, close the sandwich and serve that to me. Now I'm not saying culinary arts isn't a thing, but that's way simpler than trying to monetize making a game, than trying to monetize doing commission art, than trying to monetize making music. Way harder, way more difficult, way more different. Then there's like artistic values and artistic integrities that sometimes you gotta wonder if you're doing something that matches your brand or selling out. Like, it's way more complicated to sell art than to sell something like a sandwich. Because I can tell you how to consistently sell a sandwich every day. I can't tell you how to sell a painting every day. I can tell you how to consistently sell a TV every day. I can't tell you how to sell a new game every day. I can't even tell you how the fuck you're gonna make a new game every day worth selling. Or worth paying microtransactions for, or worth paying to take the ads off of. Can't tell you how to do it. You can make a sandwich every day. You can't make a good game every fucking day. Not possible. Even if you make a good game every day for, let's say, 7 days straight, what happened when people are tired of those 7 games? Okay, you made 7 good games. After a while, people gonna get tired of those 7 good games, and they gonna want something new. They gonna get tired of that game. They gonna want to move on to something new. What you gonna do then? Because there's gonna be some people that play that one game, never move on. There's gonna be some people that want to move on, but don't get to, because they don't like your future stuff. What about the people that would move on to your future stuff if you made it? Still gotta make it, and it still has to be good. It's the same thing as being an actor. Every fucking time you put out something, you have to reprove that you are who you say you are. Not everybody gets the luxury of being a Denzel Washington, where that nigga does. I saw an interview not too long ago where he said, I don't have to audition for roles anymore because people come and say, I got this role that would fit you, and either they can pay me for it or not. Not everybody has that luxury when it comes to games. Because, for example, like a Denzel Washington, like in terms of reputation, would be something like NBA 2K. You know what you're getting with NBA 2K. You know what you're paying for. You know what you're signing up for. Either you like NBA 2K or you don't. You know what you want when you ask for Denzel Washington. Either you can afford him or you can't. NBA 2K is not a game filled with art. It has art elements in it, but that game has been serialized so hard that it's like, it's not the same as like a studio like Sucker Punch, where even if their games are not for me, I'll still admit they have made some bangers. People love Ghost of Tsushima. People love Sly fucking Cooper. People love Infamous. I believe Infamous was Sucker Punch. People love Infamous. Those are all, may not be subjectively, but objectively, those are all good games. They have consistently put out good games, but they're not putting out a game every fucking year. They actually, I think they missed the whole, oh wait, no, they didn't miss the PS4 generation. But I think during the PS4 generation, all they dropped was Ghost of Tsushima, and that was late PS4. If I'm not mistaken. There might have been a Sly Cooper remake, remaster in there somewhere, but that's a fucking remaster. That, you just tweak a couple sliders and add a couple glitches